Hey, this is Jason with Guitar Center. We are here with Moog artist Jamie Mahobarak.
Hey.
We are staring at the flagship of the Moog analog synth family. This is the Voyager, based on the Mini Moog. Now, I know that this is hugely important to your arsenal as an artist.
Yeah.
You've probably used this on many different projects. Tell us why the Voyager. Why is this the piece that's always under your thumb, if you will?
It is really versatile. And as a keyboard player and as a synthesizer, sort of sound designer, and as a person who plays synthesizers, it's very necessary to have something like this. Something that's a little bit more of a wild animal because it's really analog. Is great to have around. And also, I grew up with the Mini Moog. I had one when I was a little kid because my father was a session guy. And it just has a sound that's beautiful when you listen to it.
So you said it's versatile. Like, what kind of different styles of music have you used this with?
I grew up really playing like funk music. I use it a lot on things like that, especially now that people are playing that way again,
right.
Which is awesome. And I've used it on metal records, I use it on pop albums, I've used it just about on everything.
Truly a versatile instrument.
Very versatile.
And of course, what's old is new again, really making a resurgence in all modern music.
Yeah, that's right.
So what else makes this special and unique? Because this really is different than the other two that we've seen, different than the Sub-Fatty, different than the Sub-37. This is really the flagship right here.
Just like a Stratocaster and a Les Paul, they all sound different. And this has a very warm sound, really beautiful. Much more in the analog realm than we get to know from records by Pink Floyd or Parliament, Funkadelic records, or anything that use the Moog.
So when we talked earlier, we talked about how the other ones, the Sub-Fatty and the Sub-37, had more of a bite. They're a little more aggressive, more of the modern sound. And you said this is warmer. It has more of that, quote, vintage sound. Kind of give us a little bit of a demo of what we're talking about here.
Sure. One important thing to say is that if you process this and put it through something that distorts it, it makes another sound within itself big. Very simply, if you just play with one oscillator, already you've got something that sounds like a Moog, right? Add another oscillator.
Just bigger and bigger.
And you're immediately in the realm of the Moog that we all know and love.
Right.
With programmability, where you can store the sounds. You can go out on the road with it and store sounds and not have to worry about touching the panel all the time.
Which is huge compared to, say, the original version of this.
That's right.
Constant tweaking. This one gives you even more options, especially for a live setting.
Yeah, and also I have a ton of soft synths at home. I have a lot of hardware synths, right? And I still reach for this every day.
And while the Sub-Fatty and Sub-37 have 2 oscillators, this has 3.
Yeah, and that oscillator, that third oscillator, can be used to modulate the filter and the pitch and the waveforms. And that can also help because you can put it in the audio range and get bell tones out of it and ring modulated sounds and all kinds of things. So, this is useful for electronic music, for dance music, for rock music, for anything that you want to use it for.
Yeah, truly versatile, unparalleled as analog synths go. I mean, this is the one right here.
That's right, and I couldn't say the same thing about every keyboard that I play.
Sure.
I can say that about this, yeah.
Well, cool, let's show us. Let's hear how it works.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been Jason with Guitar Center. We have been hanging out with Jamie Mahobarak. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
Talking right here about the flagship in the Moog family, the Voyager. You can get more information about this at your local Guitar Center or guitarcenter.com.